It begins with a strange flicker deep inside your brain. So subtle you would never feel it, and yet it may shape the way you connect with the world around you. Mirror neurons firing when you watch someone else perform an action, as if your mind cannot help but step into their skin, rehearsing every movement as though it were your own. This silent mimicry forms the invisible architecture of empathy, letting you not just understand another's gesture, but feel its weight, its rhythm, its purpose, blurring the boundary between self and other. When a dancer leaps across the stage, part of your brain leaps too, sparking the same neural circuits as if your own muscles had carried you airborne. And when you hear a cry of pain, the same regions that flare when you are hurt ignite in sympathy, weaving a hidden thread of shared experience across human beings. Scientists believe this mysterious system may be the foundation of language itself, because before words existed, perhaps we read intentions through the body, through gestures, through the mirroring of hands reaching, faces shifting, voices echoing tones of joy or sorrow. Some even suggest that when you laugh in response to another's laughter, or yawn uncontrollably when a stranger yawns across the room, you are witnessing the raw mechanics of these neurons, pulling you into synchronity. And the story becomes even stranger when we discover that this mirroring is not confined to humans alone. Primates, birds, even some dolphins show glimmers of the same capacity, as if evolution scattered this gift widely. An ancient language spoken in actions rather than words, built into the very fabric of survival. Through this mechanism, a child watching a parent stir a spoon in a bowl can without formal instruction begin to grasp the choreography of daily life, a transmission of culture not through textbooks but through presence, through simple observation. Yet mirror neurons do more than teach. They blur the separation between art and reality, which is why your heart races during a suspenseful film, your hands clench when you see an athlete strain, and your eyes fill with tears at fictional tragedies, because somewhere in your cortex, the line between witnessing and experiencing collapses. This collapsing boundary could explain why theater has captivated humans for thousands of years, why ritual dances bind communities together, why music played in unison unites bodies and minds into one trembling wave of coherence. The power of storytelling itself may hinge on this neurological echo, because when you listen to a tale of triumph or betrayal, the same regions light up as if you yourself had tasted victory or endured heartbreak, granting stories the power to move entire civilizations. The intimacy of empathy rests upon this fragile circuitry. When you see another person's eyes widen in fear, your own nervous system prepares for threat. When you see their smile, your own muscles twitch toward joy. A biological communion that predates morality but later blossoms into compassion, kindness, and the profound ability to care for one another. In fact, some researchers suggest that disorders such as autism may be connected to differences in how these mirroring systems function, shaping how easily one resonates with the emotional states of others. This realization forces us to see empathy not as an abstract virtue, but as a biological process, vulnerable, malleable, and perhaps something that can be nurtured, trained, or diminished. It is astonishing to think that in every crowded street, every conversation, every fleeting glance between strangers on a subway, there is an unseen choreography unfolding beneath the skin. Neurons firing in resonance, sculpting invisible bridges of understanding. Even the virtual world taps into this system, as studies show that watching avatars move or hearing voices over a headset can ignite the same mirroring responses, as if your brain cannot distinguish between flesh and simulation when movement and intention are present. Perhaps this is why cinema, sports, and video games hold such power. Not merely entertaining us, but hijacking neural systems evolved to make us feel as though we too are leaping, struggling, winning, losing. And so, when we reflect on these circuits of empathy hidden in our brains, we are confronted with the truth that once humbling and profound. To be human is to be porous, to be shaped not only by what we do, but by what we witness, as if life itself is a constant performance staged inside our skulls, with every movement around us rehearsed within our own flesh, every story partially lived by all who hear it.